this video, I would like to explain what a function means. Read about that in all kinds of math books, and it's considered a very important concept in math. The truth is that it's so simple that even a baby or kid of 4 or 5 years old knows what it means intuitively. And the rule of math is, the more fundamental it is, the more intuitive it is. And it's a thing that you just, every minute of the day, you are working with functions you don't even realize. But it's a concept, and math is trying to take simple stuff that's going around in the world that God created, that you keeps on happening throughout the day, throughout the life, and formalizing it in symbolic. That's what math is all about. And 2 plus 2 is 4, so you know that if you have 2 cupcakes, and then you buy another 2 cupcakes, you have 4 cupcakes. So that's, or you have 2 sheep and 3 sheep, it's 5 sheep. Function is even more fundamental than that. Let me explain what it is. It's a very, very simple thing, and I'll explain why even a baby or a small child knows what a function is. Let's assume the first thing is like this. You go into a store, you have a class of 20 kids, you take them on a trip, and you surprise them, you take them into a candy store. Every kid can choose one nash from the store. You can choose ices, ice cream, peanut chew, chocolate bar. You can choose one thing only. Okay, that sounds quite simple, right? Every kid understands that. You can't choose too many things. They have to wait, they have to decide if they want the chocolate or the ice cream or the ices. So, now, imagine that there's 20 kids in the class. So, what could end up happening is that one kid says, I like ice cream, and everybody follows him. So another 5, 6, 7 kids choose that same ice cream bar. Then another kid says, no, I don't like ice cream, he chooses the jellies, and the other guy. So it could be every kid should choose something else. Could be that 5 should choose one thing, and then another 15, each one should choose something else. Could even be that one kid should simply not be in the mood of choosing anything at all. He looks at the store, he's nauseous from the trip, he can't eat anything, he just wants water, doesn't want any nash. Just tells the teacher, the counselor, I don't need anything, maybe I'll save it for if I can take a rain check. So, this is a very simple phenomenon. Now, what does this have to do with functions? The answer is very simple. We just created a function here. There are the kids. This is one set of things. That's a formal language, set. A set means simply a lot of things or one thing, but usually we deal with many things. So we got here 20 kids. They're like one side of the street, and the other side of the street we have this whole huge nash store. They have all kinds of items. Maybe, I don't know how many items. They have hundreds of items. Some stores have today aisles and aisles of nashes, potato chips, popcorn, corn chips, tortilla chips, you name it, and all kinds of different kinds of ice cream bars. They can be a very small grocery, you can have only a few items, whatever the case is. So we have here two, so I like to refer to like two boxes. One box we call the A box and the B box. The first box is the children. Don't put children into a box. But math is trying to generalize a lot of similar ideas that are present in God's world, and to put it in one generalization using symbols. That's what math is. And it's very nice, beautiful to see similarities that what's going on in God's world. So here we come to the idea of function. So we say like this: all of these kids are in box A. The other kids, all the nash and all the items in the grocery store are in a different box. Now, listen to this. Each kid can choose one thing. you cannot choose two nashes. You can only choose one nash. It can be that 5, 10, or even the whole class will choose the exact same ice cream bar. No problem. The store has a lot of ice cream. They have enough for a few classes. This is exactly what a function is. A function means that you always should put the first part of, let's say you want to make it in a certain order. So the first part is the kids. We call that in the fancy language the input. And the second box is the output. That's the nash they choose. And every function has to follow this kind of nature. That what? That the items that are on box 1 can only choose one item in box B. Can only choose one nash. That is the restriction of a function. So, don't make a mistake. The word function means the spirit that causes each child to choose a certain nash. It's symbolic. Let's assume that every child chooses something because he has something in his brain, or because something pushes him. I don't know. You can go everything psychologically. You can explain everything. Let's say there's an angel. So the angel that tells him, for John or for Reuven or for Shimon, to choose the ice cream pop, that power, we call that the function, or in mathematical terms, the g of x, the f of x. So just now let's sum it up in mathematical terms. There's x, that's the kids, the box of the kids. The y are the box of all the different nashes in the store available. And the f is the thing that connects the child with that particular item. And so what is not a function is itself understood, but we'll just explain it. If not a function is if this, we can use the same example actually and say what is not a function. What is not a function is if we will consider, quote unquote, we'll first consider the box, the store of nashes. We'll think about them first in our brains. We'll think, okay, the ice cream pop goes to Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Judah. The corn chips goes to nobody. The apple rings goes to nobody. The the freeze pop goes for Zebulun. The chocolate bar goes for Dan and Naphtali. If there's even one item that goes to two people, meaning that item we decide to give for both because both of them chose them, whatever the reason is, then it's not a kosher function anymore. Because the first thing that you're considering in this case is the nash, is the items in the store. So you cannot take the first item that you're considering and saying, okay, this is going to go to this and to this. But this is not natural, because naturally we talk about people first and then we say, what does this person want? So I want to give a better example. Naturally, I understand that everybody, you don't say, okay, this corn chip, to whom does it go? You ask the boy, what do you like? And so naturally, this case is a function, a legitimate function, because every kid can choose one thing. Okay, we can say if you let each kid choose many things, I want to say something and it's not a function. I want to say something little. Something a little more colorful, so to speak. That's going to be like this. If there is a person okay, we'll say that in the next video because time is up here.